Hi there. In this video, I'd like to show you how you can use GeoGebra to do great geometric applications. This is both for staff and students. When you go to geogebra.org, you're going to find this landing page. So underneath Powerful Math Apps, we're going to click on Geometry. On this page, what you're going to find is on your left-hand side, Basic Tools. I suggest you click on More so that you can see what other tools exist here and even more down here. So browse through all these different applications and all of them would be working in this environment here. This is basically the stage. Well, I wanted you to also note that you can make some changes to your stage to best meet your needs. So to do that, you're going to click on the gear and you have some options here. Let's say you want to show the axes. And when you actually have the axis, just to let you know, you can drag this around and there are more settings where we can define what this axis looks like. You can also show your grid and you have some options here as well. No grid, major grid lines, major and minor grid lines, polar and isometric. Play around with those options and see again what you would like. Snap to grid, this is just an easy application when you're drawing things, just snaps into place. I suggest you keep that on. Clearing all traces, zoom to fit. This is more when you have something, let's say you grab a couple functions and you can zoom to fit if it's going off the page. And here there are some more options. So we're going to click on settings. And now you can dig in a little deeper. So as I was mentioning, when we have this coordinate grid here, you may want to decide what is this going to look like. Do you want all 4 quadrants? Do you want maybe just only the first quadrant? How high, how low, and what do you want them to go up by? So this is giving you that ratio piece. All right, again, you can choose show axes, not, you can change the colors, you can bold and so on. So I'm not going to go through all the different options here, but as you can see, there is many to do. Specifically the x-axis, again, define what you want, y-axis, and the grid itself. On the right-hand side here, if I click on the settings here, I can also look at things like the language if you want to change that. So you can see here we have the default here is English US. Maybe I'd like to change that to English UK. I could also look at the rounding. So if the rounding, comes up as like a ridiculous number of decimal points, this is where you can change it. But let's say you don't want just 1 decimal place. Let's say you want 2 decimal places. This is the place you can change that, your font size, and you can save these settings. What I'm also going to show you here is if I click on here, back to the grid, and then this one right here, the algebra, there's a couple things here you may or may not want to play with. And like, for example, angle unit, if you want this to be in radians, then you can do that. Or just keep it again, so degrees, minutes, and seconds, or the default as degrees. All right, so great environment, play around. I highly encourage you to just, again, draw some shapes here, play, see what's going to best meet your needs, and then you can take it to that next level. And doing so when you're ready, I want to show you that you can share this out. There's a couple ways of doing that. There is the share option here. So we'll prompt you to save this space first, then share it. Note also, if you were to click on this hamburger menu here on the left-hand side, you'll see some other options. You can actually just save the image that you may have created, share it, export the image, download. You can even print if you'd like. And those are pretty much all the standard settings here in terms of sharing it out. So you can actually get a link as well and share it out to your students in, let's say, Google Classroom, or again, students could actually have a link they can share back with you to model their understanding of a certain concept. So I hope that helps you get started in the geometry space in GeoGebra. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to please reach out.